This month has always been a traditional one for weddings, and as brides and grooms begin their married life, they might benefit from some of the tips given by a Granby couple on how to make a marriage stronger. Peggy Weber tells us more.
Ray and Beth Ginepro have been married for almost 28 years. Yet most who meet them note that they still have the look of honeymooners. They even recall with some smiles what they liked about each other when they first met.
Actually, it was his eyes. It was his eyes and his dark hair, which is now platinum.
Ray says he remembers her smile.
She was just a very generous person as well. When we started dating and I got to know her, I saw how generous she was with everybody, and that really attracted me to her. She was a very kind soul.
The couple, who met in Michigan right after high school, say they thought they were doing well with their marriage. But Beth said she watched her brother's marriage change after he made a marriage encounter.
We thought we were communicating, but then we realized one day that the only time we're really talking is when we're doing the schedule for the week.
Our marriage really took a turn when we went on a marriage encounter weekend, and we really learned how to communicate there. It really changed the flow of our life. It also really got into our relationship.
Ray says their marriage encounter weekend in 1996 gave them the necessary tools for a good marriage. He said they learned that they need 1. Better communication, 2. Attention to sexuality, 3. To be with like-minded couples, 4. Prayer time together, and 5. Time for reevaluation.
You need to take time to reevaluate your relationship and what's going on in your life, and reevaluate. Are you really heading for your hopes and dreams that you want to go towards? Because life's a journey, and you always have hopes and dreams.
Ray and Beth stress that communication is key in a marriage. And to that point, they have written love letters to each other. And in 2,328 days, they have not missed a chance to send each other a love note. Each day, they sit together and write a letter in a journal.
My sweetheart, lover, and best friend, Ray, your most enduring quality is your joy, praising God in song. Thanks, too, for setting our meetings up. I love you.
Ray and Beth have raised 3 adult children, Bonnie, Josh, and Jess. They love to visit family in Michigan and sing in the choir at Immaculate Heart of Mary Parish in Granby, where they also teach religious education. However, they say they are not perfect, and they have had hardships in their lives. In 2006, Ray's job of 24 years was outsourced, and he was faced with unemployment and stress.
It was tough to not have a job. I knew I was going to be without work, and it affected my own personal, the way I look at myself.
About 4 years later, he was diagnosed with stage 3 rectal and anal cancer and endured several rounds of chemotherapy, radiation, and surgery.
Sometimes life throws you curveballs where you're no longer strong and independent and you have to lean on other people, and it's really, really hard. And it's hard as a wife to watch, the love of your life kind of become very small and weak.
The couple say they got through the illness with lots of help from others and lots and lots and lots of prayers. Ray prayed the Chaplet of Divine Mercy every day, and they say they were leaning on God together.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom
And the couple say not only do they take out their rosary beads most days, but they also take out their toolbox of marriage tools to keep their marriage growing and strong. They encourage others to make a marriage encounter.
Everything isn't always sweet and lovey-dovey. We have our arguments.
Oh yeah, we do.
The one thing we did learn on Marriage Encounter weekend, though, was also that don't argue for the sake of winning. No. You argue for the sake of your relationship.
And most importantly, the couples say that they need God to help them keep their marriage alive and happy.
Everybody is faced with hardships in life. Everybody has their struggles. Everybody has their demons, or whatever you want to call them. But how you choose to approach those challenges speaks volumes about your relationship and what you're grounded in. I think it's really important to have a spiritual framework. I don't know where we'd be without our faith. And that is what really, really carried us through all of those challenges.
For nearly 3 decades, Ray and Beth have worked at their marriage, using prayers, letter writing, and lots of communication. They say their goal is to love each other into heaven. And they say they hope others go on a Marriage Encounter weekend and find the joy that they have. For Real to Real, I'm Peggy Weber.